Okay, so this video response is for Ramus 1970. His issue is basically he's changing the nose position of in one angle of the face, but when he changes it, it changes through all the other angles. So basically he wants it to only change for that particular sprite at that angle. So I'm going to show you what you're probably doing wrong. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to Crazytalk Animator, and I'm going to use this character that I made up. So what you'll do is go ahead and select the character and go into the character composer. And I'll zoom in a little bit. And what I'm going to use for an example, instead of the nose, but it can apply for the nose, it can apply for any body part, I'm going to use the eyebrows so you can see the comparisons from one side to the other. So here's what I think you have going on. You select this eyebrow and you're moving it up and down. And so when you change angles, all of them are in that spot now for that particular sprite. But you don't want it for that. You just want it for that particular angle that you're working on. So 9 times out of 10, you have this angle link checked. Uncheck it. Well, actually, I'm going to check it back for a second just to put the eyebrow back up to where it belongs. So now I'm going to uncheck it. And once again, I'm going to move it down. But this time, as you can see, the rest of them stayed in the exact same spot. The modification was only for that angle. So hopefully this resolved your issue and you can move forward with your animation. Okay, so here is another possible solution to your problem. Let's say you're animating, you're using the 2D sprite editor, and you're having an issue where you want it to only do this modification for X amount of frames, and then you want it to return back to its normal state. In this case, you should have your timeline out because there's certain things you want to do. So let's say, for example, and we're going to use the eyebrows for this example as well. So I'm going to click on the eyebrow and I'm going to say, hey, I want you to be this high and I want you to stay at this same spot for 5 frames. So you can skip over to frame number 5 and you can tell it to add a key. So right now, if you go to frame 6, it's still there. And if you go out and you change angles, it's still up there. But you now want it to go back to its original state. Well, what you would do is go back into the sprite editor, go back to the eyebrow. Actually, sorry, wrong one. Sprite editor, go back to the eyebrows. And right here, you want to hit reset sprite. And it puts it back at its angle. So when you comb back to frame 1, it's high, and we did 5 frames, but when he switch over, it's back to its original state. And that's what you would normally do for an animation. Now let's say in 5 frames, you wanted his eyebrows to slowly rise up to that state. So if you start here, once again, you're creating a new state. So let's just start on frame 10. And we're going to say, we're going to add a new key. And we want by frame 15, which is 5 frames, for this eyebrow to be here. And then at frame 6, we will want to hold that frame. So now, when you go down and you play it out, as you see the eyebrows rise, and then it stays. So it will stay there until once again you hit the reset and it returns back to normal. So hopefully this also, between the first solution or this solution, this answers your question and it will allow you to move forward with your animation. Take care.